Hello, Dino here, and welcome to another Limitless Hair Expert video, where we combine both hair expertise, and when I say hair expertise, I mean expertise on your hair or expertise on any form of adding hair or growing hair, all right, or fixing hair in any kind of way. So expertise on hair and self-improvement combined. And welcome to another series. And this series is about, or this video tutorial is about how to make relaxers grow your hair. Now, this is also very important. I want to say something about this. Most relaxers are taught to the industry. When I say the industry, I mean the individual consumer, and I mean all hairdressers. Most hairdressers think relaxers are for making hair straight. That's not true, all right? And now they came out with something called texturizers. But something unique about texturizers relax the hair and leave a texture to it. Don't relax the hair all the way. Well, here's the important thing. Relaxers do the same thing. It's just a matter of leaving it on less time, okay? So now, how do you make a relaxer grow your hair? Here's the key. You want to think of your hair on a scale. 1 being curly or kinky, and 10 being bone straight, all right? Now, most hairdressers think you're supposed to put a relaxer on and do a good job and bring it to straight. But here's the key thing. The straighter you make hair chemically, the weaker you make hair. Please don't forget that. The straighter you make hair, the weaker you make hair. So the closer on that scale, 10 very curly or kinky, 1 very curly or kinky, and 10 bone straight. When you get closer to 10, you get closer to weak. So if anybody is relaxing your hair or you're relaxing your hair to a 10, it's max, or even to a 9, you're making the hair weak. And what will happen as time goes on, your hair will break a little bit and grow a little bit. Break a little bit and grow a little bit. But conversely, if you relax your hair only up to about a 7, maybe an 8, or you can relax it to a 6 or a 5. What that means is you're taking it off sooner and you're leaving a texture still in the hair. And when you under-relax, you're leaving the hair strong. Because remember, 1 is curly or kinky, 10 is bone straight, strong, weakest. Stay somewhere in the middle and your hair stays strong. So if you relax your hair every time and you only bring it to like a 7, or somewhere as an 8 maybe, or an 8 or under, leaving a texture still in the hair, then your hair will stay strong and it'll grow. Now, please don't worry. If you want to wear your hair bone straight, aesthetically you can wear it bone straight. And what I mean by that is, let's say that we only relax your hair to a 5 and had a strong texture to it still. You can still blow dry it, iron it, and make it bone straight and still have your bone straight hair. But don't make it bone straight chemically, all right? So please follow that instructions. And remember, a texturizer, if you leave it on too long, will do the same thing as a relaxer. It'll make your hair bone straight and weak. Somebody just came up with the term texturizer and the product. It doesn't mean it stops. If you leave it on too long, it'll make your hair bone straight and weak. So you can get the same results from a texturizer as you can from a relaxer. Just take it off sooner. It's like cooking the food less. So please remember that, all right? So now let's get to our quote for today. Our quote for today is the following, which is very, very interesting, okay? And that is, your mind, the more your mind remembers, the more it can remember, because your mind is a muscle that could weaken or build continuously. Now let me explain what that means. Your mind builds from remembering more. A lot of people think, I'm all stressed out, I get too much to remember, I can't remember all this. It's actually opposite of that, all right? Your mind, the more your mind remembers, the stronger it gets. Here's the reason why. Your brain has over 100 billion brain cells. And each individual brain cell has 20,000 dendrites. Dendrites are like little branches, all right? The word dendrites is derived from a Greek word called branches, okay? So each individual cell has 20,000 dendrites or branches, almost looking like a little spider, okay? Every time you remember something and study something, each individual brain cell with its dendrites electrically connect to each other. And the more connections, the more your brain remembers. So the more you study and the more you remember things, the more the electrical connections there are, and the more it links to each other. So that's how it technically works. So please remember that. To give you an example, Albert Einstein, they found, had the most electrical connections in his brain, more than any other human being, because he used his brain the most. It's a good example. So I'm telling you this because don't ever get stressed. Keep learning, keep reading, keep memorizing. The more you do that, has nothing to do with your age, the more your brain will remember more. All right? So please remember that and follow that principle. Now, our next Limitless Hair Expert video would be how your hair will skyrocket your self-esteem. And I'll see you soon.